Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Cows are out, 75 degrees, they're all calved up, getting close to branding season. But today I'm going to talk to you about what the old boys in cow camp and hunting camp used to talk about when they saw a specific rifle by someone, and they called it a tweener. So I'm going to explain to you what a tweener is. You can see the target is set up a little bit further this time, about 125 yards. So let's get to shooting. Okay, but before we get started, to meet YouTube safety guidelines, I'm shooting at about 100 yards on this private property that I have written permission to shoot at. I'm shooting at a safe target down there with a safe backstop. There's no one here. These are my rifles. I own them. They currently are unloaded. They will not be loaded until I'm ready to shoot. Nothing I have here is promoted, or do I receive any type of promotion or compensation for. I do this generally for education and entertainment purposes. So let's go ahead, get set up, and let's get to shooting. Now, it's most generally accepted that the two most popular of videos that are watched by my people, according to the view count and all of that, is both the 6.5 Grendel and the 6mm arc. And that's what I have out here today. But where do they fit in the range of calibers and cartridges that we all own? Well, it's generally accepted that the 17 caliber up to the 6mm caliber is considered a varmint round. Very fast, good for long distance, for killing small game up to maybe medium-sized game. And then it's generally accepted that the 6.5 on up to the 375 or even larger type calibers is for larger game. Well, today I'm going to demonstrate on where these two rifles fit in. This is my 6.5 Grendel. You've seen quite a few videos on that, and I'll be shooting my 6mm arc as well. So where do they fit? Well, fortunately they're kind of versatile, but the old boys in cow camp and hunting camp, they called them tweeners. They were in between varmint and large game, somewhere in between. So that's where that colloquial expression tweener came from. Well, in this particular case, the 6.5 Grendel is designed by Bill Alexander to shoot the 120 grain class bullet, but I'm shooting a 90 grain in it, just under 3,000 feet per second. My 6mm arc is designed by Hornaday to shoot the 103 on up to about 115 grain bullet. And I'm shooting an 80 grain bullet at just over 30-50 feet per second. So those are definitely tweeners as far as cartridge is concerned that can do dual purpose. Varmints on up to deer. Okay, so target set up about 125 yards. I don't know if you can see it there or not. Target cam is on down there. Here's my first 3 shots with the 6.5 Grendel. Okay, 3 shots, target set up, cameras double checked, locked and loaded, eyes on, ears on, 3 shots with the 6.5 Grendel, 90 grain TNT, just shy of 3,000 feet per second. First shot is most important to a hunter because you got to know where it hits. After that, if there's flyers or whatever, I make no modification if the first shot is dead on, because hopefully it's only that first shot that I'll need. All right, here we go. Be the upper target on the left. Well, it looks like the second and the third were the most accurate. I hope you saw that. Okay, folks, now we're going to switch on over to the 6mm arc. Okay, went down there to check on the target cam, see if it was still on. Alright, here's the 6mm arc. Most of you have seen this, the lighter grain bullet. These are the 80 grain bullets, Sierra Blitz King, just about 30-50 feet per second. Again, I don't know what grain weight of bullet I shot in this last, but upper target on the right, we'll check her out. Well, I think you can see that I probably sighted this in for another bullet, another probably heavier grain weight bullet. But you know, guess what? I did bring heavier grain bullets, so let's see where they hit. This is the 105 grain Sierra hollow point boat tail, commonly the bullet that they used in the Hornaday Black, but these are my hand loads. Now these will be traveling just right at 2,800 feet per second. But let's see where these hit. Okay, target on right, lower right. Boy, way high. Way high. Okay, so you can see that these are not my hand loads. These are actually the factory ones. I guess I brought them out just so that I could shoot them up and have some cases, and I think you could see why. All right, so how about if we shoot the 120 grain now in the 6.5 Grendel? You saw where the 90 grain Sierra shot. Let's see what happens with the Grendel. I like these. These are my hand loads because these are Spear 120 grain gold dots. Been really good for me. They've killed probably 3 deer. Put them right down. It's a great bullet, and I think you can search the internet also and find out how good they really are in pretty much all calibers. All right, here we go. 3 shots, lower left. Okay, that's about a 1-inch group, and that's good enough for varmints, good enough for the tweeners. Well, folks, let's go ahead down there and analyze the target, wrap this up. Okay, folks, not much to analyze here. On the right is the 6mm arc, on the left the 6.5 Creedmoor. It was the first 3 shots with the 90 grain. This is a arc with the 80 grain Sierra Blitz. This was the 120 grain gold dot for the Grendel, and these 3 up here were the 105 grain boat tail hollow point black, and these were factory loads. Sorry, I made a mistake, but those are factory loads. All right, the only analysis that I can do here is basically on the 6mm arc. that both point of impacts were quite a bit high. There's 1 inch, there's 1.5 inches, so that's probably 2.5 inches high. There's 1 inch, that's 1.5 inches high. So I do have to make a scope adjustment before I take this rifle out to do varmint hunting. But I don't need to make it pretty much any adjustments for the 90 grain for the 6.5 Creedmoor. Alright, so everybody that likes data. So let's go ahead and go over this particular data here. The 6.5 Grendel. Let me get that a little bit bigger for you. Alright, you can see that at 300 yards, I'm still going 2197 with an energy level of 965 foot-pounds, and I dropped 12.6 inches. This is with the 90 grain travel at 2940 muzzle velocity with a .303 ballistic coefficient on that bullet. Okay, now let's go to the arc. Hope you can see that. This is with the 80 grain, 30-40 feet per second, .319 as far as the BC is concerned. And at 300 yards, 2316 speed, 953 as far as the energy is concerned, and 11.4 drop. So between the two, 11.4 to 12.6. That's not much of a difference between those two very different calibers, but similar speeds, as I've pointed out in some of my earlier videos. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it very much when you leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up, will you? And don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate all of you that do watch and give me feedback. God bless you all. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.